Started working about 6 years ago. I dropped out of university after a mental break. I jokingly call it my 6-year break from law school. What drew me to kitchens was that you didn't have to have a filter or like a customer voice. Anthony Bourdain did an interview where he was talking about how there's no way you can lie in a kitchen. I found that you learn more about people in kitchens than you will ever learn about them in an office. The first kitchen I ever worked in, I met the chef in culinary school. Picked me up out of culinary school, so he knew I was pretty green, knew I didn't have a lot of experience, if any experience, and he fired me after about a month. I remember him saying, like, you're just not cut out for it. The ironic thing now is that I've worked in kitchens that have had a Michelin star. Men, they just don't take women seriously.
In Spanish we call it caldo de cultivo. It's a brewing space for harassment to happen. I would say that the discrimination against women in the workplace happens much more in the open and with less repercussions for the offenders.
Vin definitely grabbed while at a work function. Definitely pulled. There's a lot of sexual harassment. And I had gone up to the I had gone up to the sous chef in charge of the line at the time, and I was like, hey, this happened. I want something done about it. And they were like, okay, and then I guess nothing got done about it. I've heard that happens a lot. So many women I've met that have had this sort of thing happen. We're just tired. So tired.
This is a highly exploitative type of environment where women are set to be paid less, to be considered less of a human, and that, because of the nature of the job, they are expected to endure. 90% of the women in the industry suffer some kind of harassment. And for the most part, it's sexual harassment, but not only that. I mean, the abuse comes from different angles, and one of them is related to the expectations that they have as workers, the hours that they are supposed to work in there, the salaries that are just slavery salaries. The effects on the personality and the idea of self-worth and value is very negative. I'm a firm believer that if we don't change the rules, we don't change the laws, this will keep happening. It doesn't mean that the laws will ensure that 100% of the cases will be fine, but it will ensure that people will have jobs where they have salaries that allow them to live their lives and provide for their families' basic needs, but also they are working in an environment that is conducive to feel empowered and to have the basic human rights granted.
Why I stayed for so long is that service is service, and you can have a bad day and you can leave it on the line, but the people are really what carry you.